My name is Edward Martin. I am a writer and a filmmaker. I'm based in the Pacific Northwest. We've made 4 feature films, about 40 short movies, give or take a bit, and more than 200 episodes of various web series. Currently running 5 web series. I've won Best Screenplay in a couple of competitions, and I'm looking forward to more. Pick any movie that currently exists. Assume you are a producer involved in that movie. What movie is it? And what one single change would you make? This is a tricky question. The reason this is tricky is that it's hard to answer it without it seeming like you're kind of crapping on someone else's work, and particularly someone else who's out there right now doing it. But that wasn't the intention of the question. When I think about how I might be a producer in a situation like that, I would tend to think of it as a recommendation. I mean, a producer can always come down and say, like, this is what I want done, make it happen. And anything else, you can do whatever you want, but this is what I want done. But in my case, I wanted to answer this question in terms of a recommendation, a suggestion. Because I think that when I'm suggesting to a writer something, I would like to look at it from a high level and let the writer sort of fiddle with that. Like, does that work? Does that feel like it fits? Same thing with the director. If I'm making suggestions to the director, would it be better? What do you think about doing something like that? And then letting the directors figure out, is this how, do you want to tell the story that way? There's a lot of explaining why this question is tricky, but the straight up answer to this question is a movie that I cannot help but love. And it's a movie that I'm just stuck on. And that movie is Mr. Right, starring Sam Rockwell and Anna Kendrick and Tim Roth. So the very short premise of the movie, Sam Rockwell is an assassin trained by Tim Roth, falls in love with Anna Kendrick, she falls in love with him, comedy, hilarity, bullets and gore ensue, and at the end of the movie, everyone's happy, bad guys are killed and so forth. But at a certain point, before the movie's timeline, something happens to Sam Rockwell and he decides to start turning into a person who kills the people who hire him. And if I were a producer on that, and I was early enough in the project, I would have suggested one thing. It's like, I just want to suggest this thing, that Sam Rockwell's character, whatever happens to him at that moment, that makes him kind of flip over to someone who now sort of has this kind of emotional regret built up. And so he has to unwind all the murders that he's been assigned to do. So he goes back through his back catalog of people he's killed, finds the people who hired him and kills them. So the person at that end of that line is going to be Tim Roth's character. So that suggestion I would make, that would, in my mind, that would give Tim Roth's character a much stronger motivation to stop Sam Rockwell's character. And then at the end, you have the situation where Sam Rockwell's character can look to Anna Kendrick's character and she asks, well, what now? And he would say, baby, our days are open. We can do anything we want. And that felt like a potential for an emotional closure from his arc on the assassin level, for that ability that opens the gates for them on a relationship and sort of their odd little power that they have going on. To each their own. Like I said, it's a tricky question, but I would definitely couch it as a suggestion. So I might actually rewrite that question later.
Hi, this is Edward. If you've enjoyed this episode of The Creative Draw, please like and share it. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe to our channel and be sure to set notifications on. If you want early access to The Creative Draw and access to behind the scenes fun, please subscribe to us on patreon.com/HalbenderMedia. Now, take a deep breath. You are awesome. Thank you for joining us.